we were coming into the anchorage at Turtle Island.
Had a rain squall.
Just watching the radar, I can see it moving away from us.
A squall came through just as we arrived in the anchorage.
We're just going to sit tight here until the squalls pass by.
We just heard from someone on the rally fleet saying they'd lost their engine.
And as we were hunting around for a place to drop the pick, my engine died.
Shit, okay, well I'll spin by and I'll stand by near you, over.
We think it's Roy, and he was coming in close to the island. I hope he's okay.
So it was a case of no more looking, just get up there and drop it.
If he's got any sense, he'll just drop his anchor exactly where he is and wait to see.
We're on a lee shore.
Bad anchorage.
Shallowed off rapidly from
18 metres, 20 metres.
to reef. So just had to drop the anchor.
As you can probably hear and tell, we've now got another squall, quite a big squall coming through.
Next thing, a big squall comes along and we start blowing us back up onto the shore.
All the boats have turned round. We've now got our sterns toward land.
The squall was about 24, 25 knots, not real good. And I'm drifting back up onto the beach.
And where we were 18 metres when we dropped the anchor, it's now 6 metres.
Okay, we'll stand by 7-7.
A couple of the boats that were anchored a bit further along from us, one still said he's in 2.5 metres.
Then all of a sudden we're up about 2.5 metres, 2 metres, and the boat only draws 1.5 metres, so I knew that not good.
I'm just going to stand by near Chaska because his engine stopped it.
It's black, dark. I couldn't see Jamie's boat, and I couldn't see songlines.
I think we're secure, just what the other boats were doing.
So I was out there trying to struggle to keep the boat off the shore and away from those two boats.
I think we're all sitting here with our engines on, waiting to see what happens next.
Eventually the squall went past, all went calm again, and I thought, nah, I'm not going to stay here, don't like it. So I raised the anchor and went out and anchored about a mile off the shore, re-anchored again, just for safety.
Well, what a day it's been, and we're only halfway through. Got the anchor down, we've still got a lot of dark grey clouds around us and there's a lot of thunder and lightning rumbling away all around, but it's nice and flat here at the moment. Let's hope it stays that way. We're supposed to be going ashore 35 minutes for our turtle watch, so had we not had the escapade earlier we would have had a good 1.5 or 2 hours to relax beforehand, but no, expected ashore by 6. Well, we came ashore in the dark, so we weren't quite sure where we were supposed to go. I did know where we were supposed to go, but everybody ignored me. We went left and right, walked up the beach, turtle tracks everywhere. I've never seen so many turtle tracks. We think we probably walked over turtles, who knows. And then there was a light in the distance and there's the guy with a big bucket. They just released some baby turtles, took us back to their gaff, and we thought it was the ranger station, but it turned out to be where all the police stay, and they've got something like 30 odd police based around here. When they say police, what they mean is they are policing this whole area because of the threat from Abu Sayyaf. It's a big, dangerous area around here.
We're at Turtle Island and we're in the exhibition hall and we're checking out the information that they have on the walls and that. There's no tourists around, and the tourists that are around, some of them are still on the boats and some of them are here. So
the adventurous ones are here.
Yeah, we're very lucky that we have the whole place to ourselves. So it's just raining, it's a bit of rain, but you know, bit of London drizzle, that's all.
You've also rescued a turtle already.
Yeah, there's turtles just running around the island. You have to really be careful that you don't step on any turtles, and yeah, you can just pick them up and race them out to the sea.
You're probably not supposed to pick them up. But we saw 2 that needed to be released to the sea, and they were like quite a long way off, so we assisted them. So hopefully they survived the night. They probably got picked off by sharks or fish as soon as we released them, but
that's not the attitude.
Come on,
Hopefully.
stay positively.
Positive thoughts.
Do you just let them naturally hatch? They just
Yes,
naturally they
yes.
start to appear.
And they find their way to the surface. Yeah.
They dig their way out.
Turtle Island is a massive conservation project that actually spans 10 islands in this region. 3 of these are Malaysian, and we visited the headquarters at Selingan Island. These islands are where green turtles and hawksbill turtles come to lay their eggs throughout the year. What with engine failures, dragging anchors and multiple squalls, only 4 of us made it ashore, but it was worth it. The amount of eggs being laid in this area is phenomenal. At the time of recording, we witnessed the 3,778th egg being buried this year. These incubation chambers are 60 to 75 centimetres deep and are protected by a fence to make it impossible for natural predators to dig the nests open. Since temperature determines the sex of the turtles, part of the hatchery is shaded, while the rest remains under the open sun. Of course, what we really came for was to watch a turtle lay her eggs, and we weren't disappointed. Visitors to the island are only allowed to view 1 turtle per night, and we were shown a medium-sized green turtle, possibly 30 years old and still growing, laying her eggs in the same spot she returns to every year. The ranger explained that turtles often cry when laying their eggs. The whole process, from digging to laying, takes around an hour, and the eggs are taken by one of the rangers to be transferred to the safe hatcheries in the island.
84.
Wow.
84 years, right? No,
Me?
Oh, the width, okay.
Oh, the width.
How much would she weigh?
Watching a turtle lay her eggs is an intimate experience, one never to be forgotten.
There she goes, there she goes. She wants to go. Poor girl.
But the other highlight of the visit was surely releasing newly hatched turtles into the sea.
Green turtle species, yeah?
Yeah.
Aren't they beautiful?
Oh, look at them, they're desperate to get out.
Buat dia Jack.
Let me out, let me out.
2 lah. Mana pun.
So tiny.
Borrow your torch.
Yeah, of course.
Only 1 torch, yeah? Only.
Just the 1 torch.
Yes, just 1 torch. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
The ranger uses 1 torch to attract the baby turtles into the sea as they are attracted by moonlight. This is why the boats at anchor are requested not to use their anchor light.
Come on, little ones. Don't tread forward.
No, I'm not
Quite a few
moving.
on the sand there. Come on, you lot. Don't be so lazy. Good luck, fellas. Got all the gear on.
What's going on, Liz?
Oh, I've got to, hang on.
You're fine. You look gorgeous as usual.
My hair's normally sticking up.
Oh, come on.
Right, so it's just gone 7. We should have left at 7, but we can't because Roy on 7 Thunders, or now she's known as Jessica, he had a fuel problem yesterday. Just as we were coming into the anchorage and all that storm, his engine cut out. So he's been working on it overnight, but still a problem this morning. Don't know what the actual problem is, and we don't want to get on the radio and talk to him about it because it's not fair. There's 2 of them on there trying to sort it out at the moment. We're just leaving them to it, but they know we're here if they need us. So we went to the island last night. We're going to Sandakan today. It's only about 4 hours away from here. A little tired. No, not tired actually. It's a lovely day. Still buzzing from seeing those turtles last night.
Go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, just give you a bit of an update. Mark's just been to have a look. We managed to get the other filter off, the third filter, the one near the engine, but we can't get fuel to it. So Mark's wanting to get a little pump off his boat. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. We get the fuel to it, and then we'll be able to look at the system.
I've seen turtles laying eggs before, but not on the scale that we saw last night. This is obviously a fantastic sanctuary for turtles, and it really warms your heart. We all know how badly turtle numbers are being affected by all kinds of things around the world, but when you see row upon row of turtle nests full of eggs, 250,000 eggs have been saved and released on this island, and this is one of 3. This is the Malaysian island. There's also 2 Philippines islands, which you can see, 3 islands next to each other, and they're all working together. So international cooperation across the 3 of them. Even in low season, they're getting 20 turtles a night laying eggs, and in the high season they might get up to 80 or more turtles on the beaches. It's only a tiny island. It must be covered in turtles. It must be turtle central. Yeah, so Mark from Azizi's just gone back to help Chaska. He had to pick something up and the dinghy's floating away, but it doesn't matter, there's plenty of us here. So our fearless leaders in the lead boat, Lindsay and Sharon, have gone up to pick it up and bring it back for them. I think we all would have done, but they stepped in first.
We were just about to. I was going to start undoing it. Yeah. You were about to get on the radio.
Yeah.
I think also they can get down their dinghy a lot quicker than we can.
Yeah.
Ours is a bit more involved.
Yeah, and it takes you 10 minutes to start the engine as well.
They've got a really nice setup, by the way. I was admiring their setup. Yeah. Their davits are much higher, which I wish we'd kind of done really.
Yeah.
I think in following seas and visibility and access to the back of the boat, to have it that much higher up,
yeah,
is a really good thing.
The boat's a Hunter 44, made in America. Short keel, only draw about 1.5, so it probably affects our sailing a little bit, but we're cruisers, so that doesn't really perturb us much. We probably 70% of the time the engine's on anyway, and maybe 30% of the time we actually sail without an engine. Most of the time we motor sail. We've got a slightly different rig to most monohulls in that we don't have a backstay. We're rigged a bit like a catamaran, swept back spreaders and no backstay, which makes for doesn't make much difference to the sailing, but what it does is gives us the opportunity to have a big roof like we have, and no backstay coming down through it, so we find it pretty good. We enjoy the boat. It's comfortable, it's very roomy, so yeah, pretty much got everything we want. Sharon's got all the things she needs inside, like fridges and freezers and microwave, air conditioner, which doesn't get used very often.
Very rare we have that on.
Yeah, but
mainly in marinas for our air conditioning. But, yeah.
So yeah, comfortable boat. We like it.
Very happy.
Can we know estimated time departure? Over. We just one of the boats has had mechanical issues. We're just in the final stages of repair. So hopefully we should be off within the next 30 minutes. Over. Roger. Thanks.
Quick update from Chaska, who've just radioed through to say they were able to start the engine and then run it for a couple of minutes and it stopped again. Roy's thinking, and this is probably correct, is that he's got diesel bug or something in the bottom of his tank, and through all of the motoring that we were doing yesterday, through some quite choppy seas, of course it's all mixed up now. So his best option is to try and run a hose rather from the tanks, but from a jerry can instead. So we've got loads of diesel between all of us, so he's got enough to get us going. He said that maybe he could just get towed off the anchorage and perhaps sail most of the way, but I think a lot of the wind is going to be on the nose today. It's not too windy at the moment, and I don't think there's too much forecast for today, but we've all been there. What are you doing?
I'm just sharpening up my my hooks for my lure. They're a little bit corroded. They're not corroded, they're very good quality, but they're just a bit knackered. Probably don't need it. something to do, isn't it?
Fired up eventually, just kept had the bleeder and bleeder and bleeder, but she's sitting good now. So we'll just give her a few minutes. I don't want to pick up the hook and then find it died in the arse again. So we'll just give her a couple of minutes and then we'll try and make a move.
Copy that. Do you and Mark have a bit of a plan just in case you lift the anchor and it fails so you can end up back on the reef?
Yeah, Mark's going to be here with his dinghy. We can lash up and just keep off it, but he'll get me clear a bit and then shoot back and I'll just sit off and wait.
Well, I think that's enough excitement for the last 24 hours, don't you? Problems with the roach stripper, seeing turtles nesting on the beach, then Roy's fuel problems. Oh dear. And it's only, what, 11 o'clock in the morning. We're now heading to Sandakan, and this is the next big port. There's a few activities going on there. We're going to be spending a few days there. I think poor old Roy, though, is going to be cleaning his tanks. And just literally about 200 metres away now, we've got many fishing platforms. And we're literally on the border of Malaysia, Philippines, I suppose you could say. I mentioned it the other day. I keep forgetting the name of it. It's some international territorial waters, but as we saw with the turtle sanctuary, the Filipinos and the Malaysians obviously work together in that respect. So this is an area that, well, obviously dangerous for many reasons, but also an area which is shared by both Malaysia and the Philippines.
We've got police boats to the left and police boats to the right, escorting us through these waters because we're on the Sulu Sea and we're right on the edge of the Malaysian and Philippines water lines. So still a little dangerous, but we're making good speed. It's only 20 miles, so we should be in Sandakan, anchored and in the yacht club for dinner tonight, hopefully.
The dinner tonight at Sandakan Club is no longer on. The yacht club has indicated that due to the MCO, members only are allowed to utilise the facilities at the club, but all other facilities at the club are off limits.
Unfortunately, you may have heard on the radio that the yacht club, where we were supposed to be having dinner this evening and received as guests, has decided that they're not going to be receiving us. They say it's due to the MCO and guests are not allowed, members only. It's a bit of a shame really. Come all this way and they've shut the doors on us. I don't really understand why it should be members only if all the other yacht clubs in the vicinity in this area are open. So yeah, not quite sure what's going on there. Just over my shoulder is an inflatable, which is one of the security boats, and we've been circled as usual by the big police boat over there and a third launch type boat with all the guys dressed up in their combat gear. So once again, feeling quite safe.
So this is Sandakan. The flattest day on the flattest sea in the flattest light we've seen in a long time. Sun hasn't broken through all day, and to be honest, you know, when you're on a boat and you're not sailing, it's not too bad because you're just not getting burnt for a change, just giving the skin a day to relax. Anyway, yeah, it's a great big sort of lake almost. There's a small channel in and then there's this huge bay. So we're hoping that it's going to be reasonable protection and that we won't get any swell, and then we should be able to anchor and all sleep well. The other thing we know is that we don't have to do night watches. Hurrah! Escom are here and they will keep an eye on us, but we're not required to stay up. The only thing perhaps you may have to look out for is a little bit of petty theft. So we're taking everything off the deck when we go to sleep anyway, so we're not too worried about that. We'll deal with that if it happens. There's a rather big mosque over my shoulder. It's quite a Muslim place, so I will be wearing covering up when we go ashore. Nothing too much happening today. Roy's fuel problem needs to be sorted and everyone's going to be chipping in and helping this afternoon. I think I'm going to take it easy on Esper. We're probably going to have a few drinks tonight. Tomorrow we're going to meet with Alvin and Sasley from the rally, the organisers. Get together with them and have a chat. And then on Sunday, we've got a huge outing day where we're going to go and see lots of things. Hopefully some orangutans, some sun bears, all kinds of things. Proboscis monkeys, who knows. So lots to look forward to, and a couple of days to relax, to get back in the swing before we're off to the next place. But yeah, so Sandakan. Wonder what it has to offer.